The town of Barnstable is finalizing regulations for any future medical marijuana dispensaries. Teachers and faculty are headed back to the classroom this week, and federal money is now available for some local nonprofits. These stories and more on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Monday, August 26th, 2013. I'm Sarah Mannel. Town leaders traveled to Boston last week for a performance management workshop. Town Manager Tom Lynch, Finance Director Mark Milne, and DPW Director Dan Santos all attended. Lynch says the workshop was incredibly helpful.
There were some very good seminars. We had three. We kind of split them up, so we went to different ones. But heard from a lot of municipal officials who have actually implemented the program and could capture some of their excitement as they saw how they were using data to make different decisions and to increase the efficiency of their police department, DPW, whomever they were working with, and we were able to see a lot of concrete examples of charts they were using, say to track overtime or to track injuries, for instance, in a different department. And so you got a visual idea of what it would look like if we presented this back to our own citizens here. And we have been, as I mentioned last week, doing some performance measures, but they haven't been as consistent as we would like across all of the various departments. So we're in round 3. We hope to be starting up in October and November with an analyst who will sit with us. And that was one of the other things. We got to meet a couple of the analysts who you'd be working with, could catch their excitement. They've enjoyed working with the communities that they've been involved with, and a lot of idea sharing back and forth.
Lynch says the town will first focus performance management efforts in both the Department of Public Works and in the police department. The planning board is holding a workshop on medical marijuana treatment centers tonight. Lynch says during the meeting, the Growth Management Department will present much of the research they have done on the issue.
And I tasked Growth Management Director Joanne Millibuntage and our town attorney Ruth Weil with trying to look at, you know, what would be a way of implementing this program so that it was fair and that we would have a good idea of how we can control it through our zoning. So at least the placement of the centers. It's really a state initiative, and the state does all of the vetting of all of those individuals who are seeking to get licenses and whatever. So both Joanne and Ruth set about interviewing those individuals who are contacting us who said, gee, we'd like to be doing business in your town. And to that end, they've had over a dozen interviews with those types of individuals who would like to run a dispensary. We've had interviews with school officials and the police and various folks who live in areas of town where we might be thinking of trying to draw our medical marijuana treatment district lines. I had a chance on Friday to actually sit in on one of those sessions with a group that had put in 4 licenses. I guess DPH right now, Department of Public Health at the state level, has over 180 applicants. Some have multiple applications and may want to do it in 2 or 3 different counties. So to see them sit around and talk about what their model was going to be like, how they would distribute the drug via prescription to folks, the public safety people they had on their staff, treatment people that have been in the area for a long time working on addiction issues, how they would be a part of their team. So people are giving a lot of thought to how to approach this and how to deal with this. So now the planning board is going to get the benefit of the research that the town has been doing. So it's going to shift over into the legislative arena where we'll now follow that process where they'll come up with a recommendation, bring it to the town council, and we'll adopt it. I'll be discussing later with staff, some of the timing issues that are out there because we still have a moratorium in effect, and that was placed mainly so that folks wouldn't just stop placing them anywhere in town, right. in Osterville or Main Street Hyannis or wherever, you know, and we'd like to direct it to certain areas. That's the whole point of trying to, you know, have the planning board look at it and bring something back to the town councils.
The planning board meeting will be held tonight at 7 in the town hall hearing room. Teachers and faculty are heading back to the classroom this week to prepare for the upcoming school year. Dr. Mary Schakowsky says the first day back to school for staff is this Wednesday.
We've got a lot planned for the day. The teachers will report, all the staff will report to their buildings first thing in the morning, and this is something a little bit different. I did it last year as well, where instead of having our first year convocation gathering in the PAC, they go to their schools first, where they have a chance to set up their classrooms. They have their staff meetings, and then at 12:30 they will report to the PAC at the Barnstable High School auditorium there, and we'll have some opening speeches. I know Tom Lynch is going to be joining us as well. Margot Weber, our school committee chair, and Brooke Seitch, our BTA president, will say a few words. And that's about an hour. I kick off the year with some of our goals that we'll be looking forward to in the new year, and then they go to the Astro Park where we have a cookout. So, you know, our theme this year is leading all students, reflection, and courage. And it's going to be a great kickoff. I'm really looking forward to it. We're a special sort of preview also. We're going to have, last year at the Memorial Day ceremony, our students in 7th and 8th grade sang the national anthem as part of the Memorial Day ceremony. And Kim White, one of the teachers at the end of the year, said to me, geez, wouldn't that be a great way to kick off the school year, the new year? So our Rockapella students are going to be singing the national anthem on opening day in the PAC, and I'm really, really looking forward to hearing them, and it's going to be a great day.
The first day of school for students is Tuesday, September 3rd. Tonight is graduation night for some Barnstable High School students. These students may not have completed graduation requirements last spring, but continued on with their studies over the summer. Schakowsky says she is extremely proud of the students that will be taking part tonight.
These are students who didn't quite make the mark and were not able to graduate with their class, but they had a choice. They had a choice to either continue the path and go to summer school and pass their summer school courses and be able to get a Barnstable High School diploma, or drop out of school. And I give these students a lot of credit. It's about perseverance, persistence. They didn't quit. And tonight we're going to celebrate their efforts over the summer and award them diplomas. And once again, you know, thank you to the staff and the summer school staff who work with these students to be able to provide them an opportunity to graduate with their class, and they will be part of the class of 2013. They just decided to take a different route.
The graduation ceremony will be held tonight at Barnstable High School at 5 p.m. Local nonprofits or government agencies have the chance to apply for some federal money. The town is now accepting applications for the Community Development Block Grant. The grant funds affordable housing and development projects. Director Kathleen Gerard describes some of the past uses of the funds.
Funds have been used for different affordable housing activities, such as rehab accessory affordable apartment program, where homeowners can create an affordable apartment that can be rented to income eligible tenants. That's one of the programs that we did. We did a sewer connection loan program for people interested in connecting to the town sewer. Buy-down assistance programs where a nonprofit, actually the Barnstable Housing Authority, help assist us in buying down the price of a market rate home so that it can be rented to an income eligible tenant. So those are some of the affordable housing projects. Other types of community development projects include handicap accessibility to either residential properties or public facilities. Public facilities and infrastructure improvements. We've used funds to help a nonprofit acquire a public facility that is providing beds and services to homeless individuals. And things on that sort of nature.
To get more information on the program or an application, you can visit the town's website. All applications must be submitted by Friday, September 6th at 4 p.m. With Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mannel.